work.
That's what you do for a living.
Mark,
Oh, Michael.
feel like we've talked like 4 or 5 times today.
The way it goes. Not a bad thing. We're just waiting, right? So
yeah, let's give it like a few more minutes. I don't even know who's on this side. Jarrett's on. Good morning, Jarrett.
Good morning, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Yeah, let's give it a few more minutes because yeah, I know Melissa's jumping on.
How's it going, Michael?
How are you?
Good, man. I'm good. Just glad to be here, bro. I appreciate the invite.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Hey, Ahmed, are you guys still working on that on your end?
Oh, yeah, we're still working on it.
Okay, it's fine.
Do you want to present anything today? Because I really don't know what's gonna go on in this meeting.
No. Dan's gonna. Me and Dan spoke while I was on the call, so he's going to. He kind of knows what we're gonna go through. So
Okay. Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're good. We're good to go.
yeah, we're good to go. So
Yeah.
all right, guys. So first and foremost, I want to thank everyone for joining. I was looking for a guaranteed issue product for under 50 for those clients. Obviously, all of us are in the industry. So I stumbled into Dan, and I saw the value in it, especially from a subscription model, and we'll get into all of those things once we actually see it. But it wasn't until I showed another agent that said that I was looking at it wrong with the additional benefits that come with it. And I had him sit down with Dan, and then the agent that I showed doesn't even talk about the life insurance component of it. He talks about the additional benefits. The life insurance is a secondary part of that. So I wanted you guys just to see it. And then, obviously one-on-ones, everyone's business model is a little bit different, but I wanted you guys to just see the product on the additional benefit side from the gentleman that created it and the value of it. So again, thank you for your time. And Dan, the floor is yours.
All right, cool. All right. So my company, we've been around for 10 years doing sort of non-insurance benefits, and some of the things that, man, before COVID, people were looking at me like I had one eye in the middle of my head because I had a relationship product, and corporations and people were saying, we don't want to get into the bedroom of our employees. Well, then all of a sudden COVID hit and everything was a mess, and everybody was coming to us because we are the only ones with a host of mental health and behavioral health self-help apps, as well as other kinds of programs, as well as money-saving programs. So we put that all together in bundles. And then we partnered up with Prudential to get a guaranteed issue term life policy at $10,000 or $25,000, really, really reasonable. And then what we do is we put bundles together, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen, and I'm going to bring up DeMichael's platform, which is called, right now it's called NACA Hub. Hold on, let me share.
Dan, real quick. And so, guys, I don't want you to get bogged down on the sites, because everyone's situation and sites are going to be different. I just want you guys to see the product. But yes, my site is built for my Melissa site. Hello, good morning, Melissa. Was built for the SHRM. So this is a benefits we're bringing to the SHRM Association. So as being a part of the member, you get access to these platforms. But again, you guys' platforms may be called something different.
All right. So just so you can see, we're on that platform now. I can also show you, this is our version of a similar kind of thing, okay? So I just want you to see that there's different deployments, different capabilities, really flexible. And the fact is that it's really all about focusing on the benefits that are here, all right? So let me go into the learn more portion of DeMichael's platform and Melissa's platform. And so you can see this is an overview. It's explaining, again, it's with the Society for HR Managers. This one is targeted at. It comes with a telemedicine program. You can see the terms of it. Obviously, it's zero cost for you and your family. It's you and up to a total of 8 people per account. So it could be you, your spouse, and 6 children are all covered for free, same price. And the same thing with teletherapy. All right. This is a really cool therapy product because we're all familiar with telemedicine now, right? Where you can just call and set up an appointment immediately. Well, what we've got with our teletherapy platform is you literally call a phone number and they connect you with one of their 83,000 counselors, right? So you have the ability to do on-time, instant access to counselors, and you can repeat a session with the same counselor, even though, you may have gotten, you just made the phone call. The other thing is there's $10,000 of guaranteed term or $25,000 that comes with the membership. And then you can also purchase it for your spouse. You can also purchase a special $5,000 policy for as many children as you have. All right. So that's kind of what the offering is. The primary stuff that we see: telemedicine, teletherapy, the life insurance product, and then we get into the stuff that's on the side here. The first one is an RX discount pharmacy program. And you guys are all familiar with GoodRx and all those kinds of platforms. I'll tell you, this beats GoodRx's pricing about 94% of the time. They've got the same access to 67,000 pharmacies around the country. And the beauty is that they have done deals and bypassed the PBMs and gone directly to the distributors to get better pricing. So what I'll tell you is that every time we have looked, pricing is significantly better. All right. So that's a typical same kind of program you get, right? You would go in, you would pick the drug that you need to purchase, and it would come up and tell you literally, hey, you can get this at Kroger's for 16, or you can go to Albertsons and get it for $6, and so on. All right. And then you just literally click on the link and it gives you the code. So when you go to purchase, the coupon is right there. You make the purchase. All right. You guys, you're somewhat familiar with that already. Am I correct? Most people, right? That whole process.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Then the next 5 items here are all of our behavioral health products. And I'm just going to tell you about them first, and then we'll go into them quickly. The first one is a relationship product, marriage and counseling. And this is perfect for couples that are struggling a little bit, but it really helps them identify what issues they're struggling with. It has a phenomenal process in it that allows you to assess your relationship, and you literally, in the first 20 minutes, can find out the reasons that struggles that you're having in your relationship. I'll tell you, we built this with the foremost authorities on relationships in the world. Dr. John Gray, who is Men Are From Mars, Women From Venus, right? That author, he is one of my advisors. And so when we built this product, we had the best insight and really brilliant. Second thing is an emotional health tracker. Okay, this thing is a mobile app. It ties into your wearable, and it tracks your dopamine and oxytocin levels. Now, those are the two primary, right, that come out of your brain. Somebody else wants to join. Let me see if I have to let them in. Okay, they're joined. All right, good. And so what it does, this was built by a neuroscientist. They identified that you need 6 positive interactions every day in order to be mentally healthy, in order to be what we'll call well, right? The whole wellness initiative. And if you don't have 6 in a day, by the time you hit your 4th day, you have already in the app said, hey, if I'm having a trouble, I want you to automatically send a message out to one of these 5 friends or buddies or family members or whoever. And so if you're on your 4th day and you have not had a positive 6 reactions, it automatically contacts them and tells them to call you. And they call you, and that is one of the things, our relationship connection with each other is the absolute #1 deal on basically getting people out of depression and so on. And I'll tell you another thing, guys. I'm doing a special program for veterans. This is a major issue with veterans and veteran suicide. All right. So it can literally track somebody who is suicidal and will automatically have them reach out to your, whoever you designate to basically help you out. All right. Walk you through it. Social anxiety relief is another, this is a cool thing. This is actually, it's built in like a game with 52 weeks of sessions, and it's teaching you all the skills you need on beating social anxiety and how to basically become resilient. It's got a really, really deep capability to track 6 different areas of your mental health and well-being, and it will give you scores as you're going through it, and it's built like a game. I'll show you that in a second. Smart Sober Living is what you might have thought. It literally is a sobriety product. It walks you through a 28-day steps. It's built by a team that runs a drug rehab clinic down in Asbury Park in New Jersey. And so it has over 500 videos on helping people who are struggling with a sober life. It also has all kinds of, there's so many features there, it's unbelievable. They're also adding things like Gamblers Anonymous and other things that you might have addictions to, all right? So that thing really gets wide. And then the last one is really, look, on PTSD, as you should know, 75% of the people who have PTSD are never diagnosed. And so what winds up happening is they're struggling and they don't know why. This assessment was it's already licensed to 3 of the biggest healthcare companies in the country. They use this particular assessment of ours to help people identify if they're struggling with PTSD. Now, here's the beauty. You go ahead and you do the assessment, and if it says you have PTSD, you could then call your teletherapy company and you could send them the assessment output so they know what you're dealing with. And it enables you to get the help that you need. So it's kind of like, hey, we're going to assess your level of struggle that you're having. And if it's PTSD, because by the way, there's 4 different degrees of PTSD. All right. And so it will literally determine which one of those 4 you're in. And then you could use that information to go right to the therapist and get yourself some help. All right. And then the rest of these are all financial savings products. Now, guys, here's the big home run here. The base product is $39.99. All right. And that's for $10,000 for life. With Lower Your Bills. This is a product, guys, this is a simple product. You literally go in and you upload your bills to the platform. They have negotiators who negotiate with your vendors. So your cable TV, your mobile phone, your internet service provider, and so on. And on average, for a family of 4, they're saving you $55 a month. And normally, I've been doing, obviously, when I put this together, I've had this for, I think, about 5 years. Now, I happen to be paying for 4 cell phones, high-speed internet, blah, blah, all kinds of stuff, right? I'm saving, on average, about $100 a month. And I've been doing that for, I think, 5 or 6 years, however long I've been on it. So the reason I bring this up is part of our marketing message is, hey, we can have you get $25,000 of life insurance, which I think is like 44 or 49 bucks. I can't remember the number, Michael. But you can get that, and you can get it for free, along with all these other benefits, just by using Lower Your Bills, right? And it walks you through it, and it basically says, look, we're being overcharged. And I won't go deep into this. You guys can understand what this is. They have an autopilot. They also do satellite. They also do electricity. And I think about, it's up to like 42 different states where you could go in and they will find you cheaper electric, all right? And so on. So honestly, guys, this to me is one of the big power plays. This is how you get life insurance for free, telemedicine for free, and so on. I think you guys got the marketing side of that. All right, I'm going back to the home page.
Yeah, I just want to mention, Don, the new update is live now. If you want to go.
Okay, good. Excellent. Okay, excellent.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm doing some work finally.
Yeah.
we're right at the tail end of this site being live. We're like one more day away from it. So I was hoping that we could do that. All right. Living 2.0 deals, the biggest discounter for hotel rooms and vacations and all that kind of stuff, including takeout discounts and so on Living 2.0 deals. Zero payday loans. You guys have been hearing, they have Chime now, right? You hear about Chime on TV commercials about, being able to get your pay early in the week. This has been around for 7 years. We've been partners with them. You can basically sign up and you can get up to $500 in advance of your salary. And then when your salary hits, it automatically pays it back, but you do it for zero interest. All right. So we call it zero payday loans. Student loan debt relief. Obviously, now that student loans have not been canceled, this is a big play. This is one of the biggest players in the loan debt restructuring industry. And you basically go on, you set up an input session with them. It costs you nothing. They go through your entire financial picture, your debt, and so on, your student loan debt, and then they go to one of 100 different programs, federal and local and so on, and they wind up basically refinancing your loan. You do not pay them a fee unless they can save you and you approve it. All right. And normally it takes 60 days for the financing to get done. So whatever you pay them as a fee is usually half of what you would have as a monthly payment on your loan, and the loan is not being paid while they're going through that recycling process. Okay. So that's another thing. The last one is shop now, pay later. This is for the this to me is a family gig. If you're two income, you're barely making ends meet, and your refrigerator blows, as well as I, you can't live without a refrigerator, but you don't have $700, $1,000 to go and buy one. Shop now, pay later allows you to log in. They give you $2,500 of credit, up to $2,500 of credit. You pay based on your credit score, between 10 to 20% of that refrigerator cost, and they ship it to you immediately. And then you have 6 months to make payments with zero interest. All right. So you see, this whole bottom half is designed for that young family that, that are barely making ends meet. And this is another way that we're positioning this. If you can't afford a healthcare plan because of the price of healthcare, you could go and get this program, and at the very least, you get access to doctors for your children, instant, right? Telemedicine. You get access to therapists. You get access to life insurance to cover those needs. And then on top of that, you have the discount on the RX program. And you put all of that together, including the Lower Your Bills program, and all of a sudden you've got a family that at least is getting access to doctors, right, for nothing. I mean, to me, this is a big push if you've got that kind of marketplace, right? So that's a really quick overview. If anybody wants me to go into any one of these in detail, happy to do it. And just tell me now. Open up your mic and ask if you want me to just give you more of a review of a specific product. But the one thing that you will note, if you go to NACA Hub, to the Living 2.0 to learn more, you can click on any of these links, and almost every page is a landing page with a video that explains that benefit. Okay.
And again, guys, this is just our site. Again, as you guys start to see what's beneficial to your practice, I just want you guys to see it. Again, I'm gonna be, and on another site, we're gonna be selling a lot of that term product. I mean, it's prudential, it's guaranteed issue, and once is it age 70, then where you can convert it to a whole life?
Well, you have to buy it. It's so 18 to 64 flat rate.
Yep.
And then once you have it, you have up to 70 years old, you can convert it to whole life.
Guaranteed issue, correct?
Yes, guaranteed issue.
Perfect.
Do we have the tables on converting it, or does that change at the time or whatever they decide to convert it?
You got it, man. Jay, that's exactly what happens. Yeah. Now we do have you do have a, the basic overview of the program, is right here, the Prudential program, all right? And then when you do purchase, you get the certificate of insurance, and that covers a lot of the conversion information there, right?
What about the kids? When I know you can
18.
so they fall off at 18.
Yeah. Then they can convert to a $10,000 policy.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
10,000, the 10,000 term.
Or guaranteed issue term 10 or 25.
Okay. Got it.
They can go to any of those from the 5K. All right.
Got it.
Yeah. All right.
Quick question.
Sure.
What other products in the industry does this particular product replace? I mean, are there any competition? Is there any competition to this?
I'll tell you, and you know what? DeMichael has done research, and that's how he actually got to a guy I've been working with in the industry for 10 years. They don't know of anyone else who does this.
No.
Right? And so that is kind of the beauty of it, is you're going out to the market with something, especially with the life insurance tied in at such a low rate. You know what I mean? And so we're not aware. Look, there are other people that have different benefit products, right? I mean, I'm not being naive, but there's no one who does this kind of bundling and then execute on it, right? To give you a complete package deliverable.
Right.
The other
And
thing
when
I'll
it com-
tell you, if you have your own platform, and obviously there's issues with you got to pay for it and so on to get it put on there, but it could be put onto your platform and integrated with any other products that you're selling. Right? So if you're selling an accident product or a hospitalization or whatever, you can basically put this in the same environment with it and add them all together.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so let's see. I was in this already, and I had already created a checkout.
Dan, Mark has a question.
Yeah, go ahead. Great.
Do you need to be a citizen to get the life insurance?
They ask for a social security number. However, they have
Their EIN, or TIN. What is it called?
well, they have a social security number is what they generally ask for, and that is in the form. Okay. So technically you have to be a citizen, but I'm just telling you right now, they have not checked. All right. I don't know if that answers your question, but
Some companies allow you to submit like an I-10 only.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Instead of just the social. There's some even don't even require the social to be submitted on the app. So that's why I think he was asking that, just to see if you could do foreign. And it's usually people that have like working visas or I-10 or some version of that.
Gotcha.
Some of them are not officially citizens and just have I-10 only though.
Yeah.
So that's
okay. All right. Well, I do know that there is a beneficiary form that needs to be filled out. Okay. And so the information on that is what we fill out. And then everybody has to do that in order for the policy to be activated. All right.
Dan, quick question before we get into this. Since this has been, what would you say your do you guys track what is the most utilized benefit? I know different markets, it's gonna vary, but what would you say, your top three is?
Well, look, we push the lower your bills like nobody's business, because let's face it, between COVID and then the economy crapping out, this is a major issue. There's not a single, there's very few people who couldn't use an extra 50 to 60, 70 bucks in their pocket a month, right?
Got it.
So that one generally gets used more. But and then the relationship product, surprisingly, everybody seems to log in and check it out. And I'll tell you, especially that first session is really, really valuable, because it gives you a map of it gives you a map of the 24 most common needs in a relationship and how your relationship rates relative to all of those different issues that you find most important, right? That one is big. The other one that telemedicine, teletherapy are probably the biggest, most common uses, okay? And then the relationship product, and then from there it's the savings product, right? And especially the pharmacy savings, the discount on travel and hotels and tickets and so on, and then the lower your bills. Those are the ones that are really the high end hits, right? But this is designed at such a low price, and I did it on purpose because the whole objective is, hey, if you don't have any student loans, you'll never use it, right? But if you have student loans, man, there's nothing more important than that, because we've had people call me back and say, hey, Danny, I had $80,000 of loans. By the time they refinanced it, I had $80,000 at 10 years. It was refinanced at $60,000 because they had some write-off, and it was down to a 5-year loan. So I have a half as many time to pay, and my actual, I'm saving almost $400 a month. So, you know what I mean? It's designed to hit on all the areas. Hey, if you're not a family that is just barely getting by, you may not need shop now, pay later, right? So it's really designed to be low cost, to include a lot of things to enable a large group of people to be able to say, hey, I didn't use that, but boy, I used that and I got value out of it. All right.
Go ahead, Mark.
Employers and group, like, selling it as a group, talking about the prescription savings and all that, is that something that would be of note to a business owner who's got, group products in place already?
I can answer that. Absolutely. Because basically, indirectly, you're basically saving their claims from their prescriptions, which when you're on a benefit plan, your highest cost is your prescription outside of major medical events. So if they're able to not use their prescription card and actually use this, and we see it a lot on the senior side. We say, go to GoodRx. It's cheaper. So that's a great point, and that's maybe a selling point to bring into a group benefits situation.
And so if you're selling to a lot of groups, guys, here's another thing: is we do more of a, not wholesale, but it's more of a benefits bundle. So if somebody's going to buy 50 of these, you know what I mean? There is a different pricing structure, and we can, you know what I mean? We go on it on a sort of as needed basis, because we know that you can't, you can't charge the company $40 for them to put 50 people on it, right? It's so it is cheaper. And so basically we do a quote based on that client and the volume and so on. All right. Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
I know you're about to add it, but one last part that I want to, I don't know if you're going to get to it or you've already said it, but about you don't have to have a life license to actually sell this product. I know jumping in front of it, but I kind of want to, because everyone's licensed on here, but I think that's important to note. That's
right. So you can get alternative distribution channels to sell this because it's a benefits package. All right. And it's part of a membership program already. In other words, the way we got access to the Prudential product is that it's built into the price. We're part of an association, so it's already got that benefit plugged into it and enables you to go ahead and let it rock that way. All right. Yes. So, for instance, I've got people who are they're selling non-insurance products, and they basically can sell this product. So anyone can reference it, and then you make up your own comp schedule with them, right? Once you get that all settled with Michael. All right. So you want me to go and see if we can go through a purchase?
I mean, I would submit that.
All right. So you see, base price is $39.99. That's for all those benefits and $10,000 of group life. If I want $25,000, you see it jumps up to $49.99, right? Then if I want for my spouse, I can add $10,000. Now you see it's updating again, $57.99. And then it gives you the terms of that policy, right? Whether it's 25 or 10, and it will walk you through, 18 to 64. No, and by the way, no waiting period. It basically starts on the 1st of the month. Now we have a cutoff date of the 23rd. So between the 24th and the 23rd of the following month, it starts on the 1st, right? So if I buy this between the 1st and the 23rd, it will go live on February 1st. If I buy it on January 24th, it goes live on March 1st. All right, makes sense? Typical kind of policy. All right, and then you can go with children, and it will, you basically put in the number of children. All right, and it will automatically, when you say yes, it'll automatically add it to the bill, and so you see now, we're up to $68.99. So I'm just going to put a no thanks there, a no there, and then I go next page, and it's saying, give me your information, and I'll just go with this information. Where am I? Here you go. All right, and then we only have 2 genders in this company. Okay, sorry, it's just the way it goes. That's because that's the insurance company. They require that. You know what I mean? So we got to stay cool with that. All right. Then it just goes through all the typical stuff, right? Your address and so on. And then I understand that by joining the Elevate Wellness Association Living 2.0 program, I'm enrolling in the membership. That's the association. This way they know that. You say join now. And then I have, it's processing. So when I'm on this, it goes a little longer. Now I have 0 pricing in here because I have a code in already. All right. Actually, let me take this back. We don't charge you until the first anniversary, the first date of activity. All right. So in this case, I'm buying it today, and on February 1st, I'll be billed this amount. Now, what I really want to do is I don't want to purchase a policy. I forgot the code. But anyway, so let's just use one of my cards right now, and yeah, that's as good as any. All right, and then I go to the next
question.
Yeah, Joe's, yeah.
Go ahead, Joe.
Just curious, is this a agent initiated or client initiated or both?
This could be an agent initiated. It could also be an outbound sales office, right? Where they're calling and talking and they're filling out the information, but it also could be direct to consumer where they fill it out themselves. All right. So that's the way Michael and Ahmed built this. So you could use it either way. All right.
Don, I don't think you need to purchase this right now. I don't know if you can got access to the back end. You can show any example, because if you purchase right now, it's not gonna affect it on the back end because it's not integrated.
However, I will tell you that what does happen is as soon as you purchase, let me just move this over here. As soon as you purchase, you get an email from NACA Hub, and it says, "Thank you for your order. I just let you know it's been received, and here's what it is." Now, this is the one I built before with a password in it. All right, so I just had a discount code, so it would be free, and I could just bypass the purchase price. And so you get that welcome email right away, and then from then on, you start to get messages, and I'm going to bring up just so you could see what happens. So after you get that message saying purchase has been done, you're going to get an email from NACA Hub, and it's going to say your membership program, thank you, blah, blah, blah. It's going to tell you that you've guaranteed you purchased the credential product. There's one more step. You need to go back in, log in, and put in your information, right? And then right here is your username and password details. and you would click here, and that would bring you right to NACA Hub. In this case, the dashboard to log in, okay?
Mhm.
And I would go in and I would click login, right? And then the second email that comes out is one that just reminds you that you must complete the beneficiary form, all right? Because if the beneficiary form is not completed, then you do not get activated.
Mhm.
So this goes out before the first purchase is done, all right? So as soon as it's purchased, before the first of the month, these emails go out. And then on the first of the month, you'll get this email, basically a reminder, hey, have you logged in to your benefits and started using them? You know what I mean? And again, it brings you to the login page and gives you the ability. And then we've got about 40 emails that are part of this campaign that go 1 or 2 a week on a normal cadence to educate you on all of the different products in there. Some of the things we have are actually, I like to use humor in benefits because benefits is such a, people they get freaked out by benefits. You know what I mean? So what I've done always is sort of had some humorous stuff in there. Let's see if I can find one. Well, I'm not going to find one easily, but okay, here is let's see what this one is. All right, this one, obviously you don't play around with therapy, so I just feel so lost. Your therapist, tell me more about that. So I've been wandering in the desert for a few days now, in the desert, okay? And then it just basically, here, call this number, and you can get access to a therapist immediately. And you could see all the different emails that we have. And then some of them are question and answer, all right? So, for instance, here is that emotional health tracker I mentioned to you before, and they'll get an email, and it's literally, what is this? How does it work? What do I need to do? So it's literally, 3 or 4 steps on how to use that benefit. So if somebody hasn't logged in or used it yet, we give them the ability to understand what the product is about, right?
Joe's got another question, and then I have one.
Excellent. Go ahead.
So on that, you mentioned that after the enrollment that the beneficiary form has to be completed. Is that done from the client after they've signed up, or is that done when is who completes the beneficiary form?
The member, the end user, okay, and they'll click on the link. It will bring them back. I'm obviously logged in as a. Let me log out.
Would you be able to the application prior and just leave a state and have no beneficiary submitted on there, so the client wouldn't have to go in, or does the client have to complete the beneficiary portion?
Well, Prudential is kind of locking down on us now, and so what happens is you get to log in, you'll go to the dashboard, and the actual beneficiary form will be right on the dashboard, right? So
Dan, I have a question then, real quick then. Is there a way that we could, again, this is getting into the weeds, but is there a way that for a specific distribution, could we build it out where that's collected at point of sale? I think that's where Joe's going with it.
I'm sorry. I missed it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's basically what I was trying to say is, making sure that there's nothing to bind, nothing to do from the client's end after the policy's submitted and sold, just to make sure it's bounded. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
He's thinking from a volume perspective, so
yeah,
I got you.
I got you. So that form, we could make that form available to you, and it could literally be just an online form right there. You know what I mean? To be filled out, or you could even just, it's just got to be digital. That's all. All right.
Joe, that's a med thing that we'll probably have to address later if it's something we go with.
But you see, this is the standard form, all right, for membership. And you basically walk through it, put the beneficiaries in there. You add a beneficiary if there's more than one. And
the goal is to get them to use the benefit, other stuff too. So I get the point on that. So I get it.
Yeah. But in cases of volume, you could absolutely have the form outside of it. And again, it's just the way we set up your platform, right? So that's the beauty of the environment we're in nowadays. Remember when insurance started going online, it was a nightmare. It was so rigid. Now we have all kinds of flexibility. So we can set this up any way that makes sense for your business.
Dan, there's a few people got questions. I know
Yeah,
Mark.
good. Bring them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go once somebody signs up, and I kind of already know the answer to this. We have access to their date of birth. What other information do we have? Because I know that we could also use this as a lead list builder as well for now existing clients.
It literally gives you name, address. Now we block the Social Security normally, but you'll get their phone number, their mobile phone number, their email address, and you know what I mean. So you get everything you need to be able to market to them. All right, and it's a census. It's an export right from the platform that gives you a census report.
Plus their date of birth, correct? Because
Yeah, oh yeah, date of birth, absolutely.
I was going to use this as a list for turning 65. So I think that's probably going to be a question that hurled out there. So, okay.
I just want to clear something with Joe. Like Joe, for example, if you already have like Go High Level or HubSpot or any other CRM system, you still can be able to use build this on your CRM system. You don't have to use our technology. Whatever technology you have for your business, you can build it on your technology.
Right, and I meant to make it even cleaner, you can export this information right to your CRM. So when somebody makes a purchase, you could set it up so it automatically could look right now when somebody makes a purchase on their platform, it automatically goes to our marketing automation system and populates it with the name and contact information. It can do the same thing to your CRM.
Question for you. Does that mean I can embed the forms here on your platform and kind of white label this and put it on my website or my platform?
That's correct.
Yep.
Okay. It's WordPress, so there's no need for API. So there's no need for API integration. It's just HTML copy paste embeds, right?
Right, but to understand that the way we populate the user dashboard is through APIs from our Living 2.0 platform. Right, so there is some API integration, but again, you know, when we go through that, you know, that you know, we set it up and we figure out, you know, who does what.
Yeah, I'm just gonna answer here. We're still gonna need the API integration because that's how the insurance company gonna know, and we send the request to them. But it's 100% you can white label it for your business. That's clear.
Perfect.
So Kurt, just to ask a question on that. So if you were to like basically send you the data, would it be like an Excel spreadsheet that would send over the information that you guys specifically need, or would it just be better to use yours?
Well, when you set it up, you have to do some integration in order to get the benefits on your platform. I'll tell you, look, guys, there's so many answers because it is absolutely flexible. We do this any which way but loose. Like we have one client who was an IT company, and they set up their own platform, and they send us a spreadsheet, okay, for the insurance activations, and that spreadsheet includes all the beneficiary information that we need, and then we upload it to our Prudential platform. You see what I mean? So guys, let me just put it this way. Just about any way you could imagine, we could, you know what I mean? There's a vehicle and a way for us to do that.
And a question, instead of sending you a spreadsheet, I can just give you guys like back-end API access to our system, create the integration so it could even just be automatic one-to-one?
Absolutely. Yeah, we do that with clients as well.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
And again, just to confirm, an agent, now let's say when building out, so our CRM system, I'm setting up independent websites or web pages for every agent or person who's a salesperson. That person makes a sale, goes through one of our random HubSpot websites. I can even though that person's not an agent, that API data could be sent to you, they can close and everything would be fine, even if they're not an agent?
Correct.
So, all right, cool.
Yeah. And again, it's just a matter of integrating the capabilities of WordPress, right, with the APIs and the call outs and the information we need in order to activate.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you sound like you know a little bit more than the average Joe, so, or the average Jared.
I mean, last question I have is just: is there any HIPAA compliant restrictions about this? Because it is a little
I had the same
medical.
question. I had the same question.
Yes, and that is why we want the Social Security numbers encrypted, and that's why we don't even want access to the Social Security numbers, right? For just that reason.
Got it. Okay, so responsibility is on us to make sure our system is HIPAA compliant before sending it over.
Yes.
Okay, that's important to know.
And look, it's really simple, by the way. All you need is an FTP server, and you could download to an FTP server. And you know what I mean? So we've done that as well. I'm just saying that's what I mean by any which way but loose, you guys. We can set it up so it meets all the requirements. And by the way, you can see this is just this version of the same exact benefit plan, all right? And right down to the side, you know what I mean, with the benefits and so on, and the language. So this can be replicated and branded for you, you know what I mean, and make it easy.
Joe, you got a question?
No, I answered mine already. I guess my hand's still raised or something.
Oh, all right.
Just a quick question. Can I market it? I mean, you mentioned I can rebrand it the way I want, and then can I market it or run ads my way?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Is there's obviously a default opt-in for marketing, right?
Yes. Well, when they buy, actually, when they're saying that check, I agree to be XYZ, if they want to go read that document, it basically says you're opting in for messaging and emails from us being whoever we are, right? Yeah.
Is there an FAQ? Is there an FAQ section, maybe just for me or also for clients who wants to just go through it before signing up?
Yes, and you'll find that all those landing pages, most of them have an FAQ on them.
Mm-hmm.
And then and that's why we also have that email with answers on each specific benefit with, it's really FAQs, those Q&A emails. And so we can also have you populate, you know what I mean, a QA with that as well.
Sure.
And this might be a little just too much, but is it possible to pixelate the forms or any of the things so that if we ran ads, we can retarget?
Yes. Yeah, because you wouldn't be pixelating. You wouldn't be pixelating the form. You would be pixelating the website, the landing page.
No, I mean pixelating the form, the actual form, like the embed within the form. It's okay if you can.
You know what? Honestly, that's like 10 steps above my pay grade.
No problem.
Maybe Ahmed can answer that question because I don't know. I know that they're doing. I know that's a big deal, right? Retargeting.
What was the question again, Jared? I'm sorry, I missed the question.
When doing the form builder, can I create a pixel in the form specifically?
Pixel to track it
like
in the ad?
Facebook, like Facebook or Instagram.
Oh yeah, sure, 100%. Yeah, you can track
When
it.
you're running a website, you can simply say that anybody has gone to XYZ page and retarget that inside of that. That would not include his system. I don't think that's limitations with them.
Yeah, that's on the marketing side.
Yeah.
But the point is that you can absolutely do that.
Okay. Only reason why I want to do it on the forum is don't want to waste ad dollar. Only want to target people that actually fill out. If you do it,
You ever ran Facebook's ads? It's pretty dope. You can go on there and show gone to this page, have it like clicked on this. You can actually set up links on your website that you build up. You can totally do that, basically.
Okay.
But Jared, that's actually smart because you're targeting people who have already gone that far.
Yeah, because it's just one of those. You know, when you do it just the page, you get those random bots from salespeople. If it's the form, I know I'm targeting the right people.
All right,
Yep.
very good. That's a good idea. I'll make a note of that.
Have we figured out the contracting stuff?
Yeah, I got everything. So I just want you guys to just see it. Everyone, I didn't know who would be interested in it. Obviously, you and I know that what we got going on. So again, if you and I, we can chat later today because that's already done. So yeah, guys, first off, if there's any more questions.
Dan, did you record this?
No, I did not.
Oh.
I was so, you know what? We were on fire just to get ready, and then
Yeah.
the Michael and Ahmed, I forgot. I honestly forgot.
I forgot to. Yeah, we were like, it was like right before we started. We were like, hey, we got to fix something.
It was
You guys know how it is.
Sorry, but
The note takers in here, you good?
oh yeah, you're right. You're gonna
It's
get
being
my
recorded.
note taker, and my note taker actually records it as well,
Okay.
so you can see the text and then you could actually hear it. Cool. Thank you, Joe, for reminding me.
Dare I broach the subject of how we compensate on this?
That's the conversation we will have to have after. I just want to show you guys. But again, if there's no more questions, again, thank you guys for your time. Again, you guys know that I'm always in the market for looking for specialty things, but I think it's a good product. And it's going to be distributed however you guys see fit. But again, this is the product and the benefit. So yeah, thank you guys for your time. Dan, first off, thank you for being quick and adjusting on the fly.
I love it, man. I love it. Keeps you alive.
Can I just add on real quick? Because I got some of my guys on here, and I just want to point out the fact that I think this product's a game changer. I like if I had this thing 10 years ago, I don't even know where my life would be right now. This is crazy.
I agree.
It's not just like, I've been searching for something that you can give to the masses because everybody needs this. It's just plain and simple fact.
Mark, I like maybe 200 carriers, and I don't have one GI product under 50 that offers this. I don't have one.
I know. That's what makes it special. I agree with you guys. I agree. All right. Well, and the other thing is here you can do it fast because you could become basically like an affiliate under the NACA hub site. You could, you know what I mean? And then you could be ready to roll because we're literally a day away from, we're just going to finish testing and we're ready to roll out. And so, I'm just saying, if you wanted to move quickly, you could do that and it would be under your account. And then if you build out your platform, then we can move over, you know what I mean? You can move everything over. Just really.
Yeah, and that's a conversation we're all going to have because everyone's going to want to, whatever they want to do, that's what we're going to do to support. So yeah, that's it. That's all we got.
Yeah, I just want to mention like a quick point at the end. If anyone decided to do his own platform, you will be responsible for collecting the payment, and you're gonna create your own merchant account, and you gonna pay the carrier or like Don or whoever is gonna be taking the payment, but you the one who's gonna collect the payment from the client or the member.
Wait a second, that's good information. So we're responsible for our own, whether it's using Stripe or
Well,
yeah.
But Mark, remember, there's ways to do that. If you didn't have it, you could literally go right from your page to the purchase page in NACA Hub. And
that's two different. It depends on how.
You know what I mean? And your affiliate link would go over. They would know. They would track as your customer. I'm just really saying. There's
no. It's a good thing. It's not a problem for me. It's actually a really good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
We just want to make sure we are flexible to work with any kind of technology, any kind of platform. That's it. And you guys, it's your own decision.
Yeah, you run with it.
Oh, thank you.
All right, guys. Awesome. Appreciate the time.
All right, guys.
Yep.
All right.
Guys, and again, anytime anybody wants, just hook up with DeMichael and we'll get another call if you have more questions, you know what I mean, and you want to go a little deeper. And happy to do it. All right.
All right.
Okay. Excellent.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Peace to you all. Blessings.
Thanks, everyone.